The runaway. The runaway drill is another way of moving myself to escape from someone who's covering me in the side mount. Most common usages from the side mount. We'll look at that after we see how the drill works. So this time I'm going to move myself sideways down the mat, right, with the shrimp. Just moving myself backwards, shrimp and a half, backwards, forward roll forwards, backward roll backwards, obviously. This time I'm going to utilize the mat this way, down the side. So I'm going to start with my feet and head facing across the mat. Break ball as always to begin the drill. And I just want to move three elements, right? First is my feet, I lead. Then I follow with my hips. Then I follow with my shoulders. That's it. And you see I'm straight again. Right, so I begin straight, and then I move my feet, and then my hips and my shoulders. The idea here is to imagine that there's a piece of plywood over me. Right? Can someone grab one of the kicking pads just to get a little more visual illustration? So if I imagine that this is like a big piece of wood and it's being held over me like this, right? And I have to move underneath it, maybe it's very close. I have to move underneath it without sitting up and touching it. Let's go, Carlos, help me here. Hold this, please, right? What can I do? I'm going to wiggle underneath it little by little. First my feet, then my hips, then my shoulders, then my feet, then my hips, then my shoulders. Thank you, you can put it back. So obviously that's not very efficient. I can't just do that all day. Or I can perhaps, but we're likely going to stall ourselves and find ourselves not escaping to the next movement that we need to keep ourselves as safe as we could be. So let's make it a little more efficient. Look, we begin like this: feet, hips, and shoulders. Feet, hips, and shoulders. But now we take a little drag out, right? This is the trailing leg, so I'm just going to make it flat, a little less drag here. Now I just use my feet and my hips and my shoulders, and you see what happens is it starts to turn me on my hip over that flat side. Look, I'll do it again. Feet, hips, shoulders, and you see I'm utilizing a little bit of the shrimp principle here, right? When I do my feet and then I pull my hips this way. Same thing we did in the shrimp. Hips there, they go underneath. Now shoulders, so I square my body. I end up almost entirely on my side, and this is what I want. I want to keep moving feet, hips, shoulders, and I shrug and shrink the shoulder under like this every time until I'm really on the top of my shoulder. So feet, hips, shoulder, there. Right, once I'm here and I feel that my arm is a little trapped under my body, I'm not going to take it out this way. It's not efficient. I'm going to just stretch it. I put my ear on my bicep. And then from here, you notice I've got a base, right? This always remains a base. This is a base. And I'm using my arm as a base too. Rather than sit up too quickly, see this space here between my finger and my knee, this arc? That's the area that I'm going to sit up inside. I'm not going to try and sit up straight, and I'm stuck because the leg here blocks me. I'm not going to sit up this way because I'm just going to fall over. I'm going to sit up here at this angle. And first I'll just go to my elbow. Easy. Now for my elbow, I go to my hand. And we recognize this, right? It's the ready position. It's the ready position. If someone attacks us, we lift up our foot and we kick. Or we can from here fall to our back, right? And defend ourselves against people attacking. Basic Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. So once I walk myself, feet, hips, shoulders, and stretch my arm, and then sit to my elbow, and then my hand, I'm in the ready position. To switch sides, what makes the most sense? I stand up in base. Both hands down, and I take this foot, and I put it behind my hand. The knee has to go behind the elbow. Look, just put the knee behind the elbow. I'm in base, and now I just fold the other leg. And I sit. Ready position. Break fall from here. And repeat the process. Feet, hips, shoulders. Feet, hips, shoulders. Little inefficient, so I stretch the leg. Feet, hips, shoulders. See, every time I move, I'm doing this. Right, turning down, down, down. Right, but I do that with my feet and my hips properly positioned so it makes it all efficient. Feet, hips, shoulder. Feet, hips, shoulder. Feet, hips, shoulder. See, I'm shrinking the shoulder every time. Maybe one more. Feet, hips, shoulder. There we go. Stretch the arm. sit up at the angle to the elbow. Now sit up to the hand. Base, stand up, and switch. Make sense? Real world application also works from the side mount, right? Also works from the side mount. If someone's laying across me, Pilates laying across my chest. And I need to move away, and for whatever reason, the shrimp or the shrimp and a half are not working. I just start to move away, feet, hips, shoulders, and I keep going here. Maybe he switches the hand to the other side, right? Because over like this, over my body, right? Maybe trying to wrap my head or something. No problem. Look, I can stretch, and I just sit up. My elbow, then my hand. Right from here, I can stand with base, or I can switch and lay him down. Now he can do the same drill. All right, makes sense? One more time. Feet, hips, shoulders. Feet, hips, shoulders. Again and again until I shrink my shoulder underneath me, stretch the arm, go to the elbow, go to the hand, and switch sides. Stretch, elbow, hand, and continue. Go ahead.